Hello, hello. Good morning, good day, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. This is Jay Jones, and this is going to be the first in a very long series. I don't know how many, but just a long, hopefully very helpful and beneficial series on work-at-home moms. Now, obviously, you've noticed this is a male. What the heck is he doing making a series on work-at-home moms? Well, I happen to come from one, for one. Number two, I love my wife, love my daughter, love my sisters. I have two of them. One of them that is a work-from-home mom. One of them that works from home. She's not a mom. So I got a lot of knowledge there. And then I have a lot of online knowledge, folks. I'm a successful online marketer. So the online stuff, I know. The offline stuff, all of my resources are successful work-at-home moms. So I've done the research, and my goal is to give that to you and to be as good of a resource as I can possibly be. The other reason is that of the fastest growing sector of new business owners is women. And the fastest growing group in that sector is women that work at home. So, I would be an idiot to not position myself as a resource for that sector. If I'm gonna help business owners, why not help the fastest growing group in the fastest growing sector? So, number one, love, respect for women, and number two. Okay, so today, as you might imagine, you kind of have to start with the basics, and the basic of all basics is, what am I going to do? I know I'm not happy working at my job. I know that I do want to work from home. I know that I do have a lot of skills. What can I bring to the table? So that's what today's video is going to be devoted to. What do I do as a work-at-home mom? Well, it would start, as I just said, in evaluating your own skills. A lot of people, will start their work-at-home mom business where their career business ended in whatever it may be. I'll give you an example. I have a friend who was an engineer by trade, as am I. He worked for a company that made anti-vibration mounts, and you don't need to know what that is, but they're basically when you have big, large reciprocating machines, whether it be on a factory or on a ship, they have to sit on a mount so that they don't vibrate and tear the whole place apart. Anyway, he knew that there was things his company that could be doing better, and so basically he quit and he went online with his own company for selling anti-vibration mounts. It was extremely successful, but needless to say, he had knowledge. He had pre-existing knowledge from his career, and so he took it online. There's a tremendous amount of skills you might have outside of what your previous career was. Maybe you're good at sewing. Maybe you're good at cooking. Maybe you're good at pottery. Maybe you're good at, there's a tremendous amount of offline stuff as well. So evaluating what your skills are at, where your passion is, would be number one. All right, ladies, so what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take this series as far as what business to choose from the easiest to get started, as far as earning money right away, to the one to, what may take a little longer to get going. And the most seamless transition from your career of not working at home to working at home would be to become an independent contractor in whatever your career may have been. And you can find companies, there's just a plethora of companies out there that will hire people to work from home, whether it be in answering phones or whether it be to sell from home, whatever it may be. And so you're working for yourself, but you're working as an affiliate / contractor, 1099, for companies that already do what you did. And, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that you can pretty much get started right away. There's almost no transition at all. One of the things to consider, though, I'm going to keep saying this, is passion. There might be a decent chance that, you wanted to start working from home, not just because you were sick of the grind of going to work, but you just kind of lost the luster, you lost the passion of what you did. If that's not the case, fine. Look into this. Like I said, it's the most seamless, easiest, smoothest launching pad / transition you're going to have from working away from home to working from home. And that is, again, independent contractor / affiliate for a company, most likely in something that you have already done. Okay, so what about option B? You're absolutely sick and tired of what you did. That's part of the reason you wanted to work from home. So you want to, you don't necessarily want to start your own business. You still want to work for an established business because it's, like I said earlier, an easier transition. But you don't want to do something in the field you were in. So there's a number of opportunities there. There's a lot of companies that hire writers. Maybe you're good at writing, but you just don't want to write about what you were writing about for however many years before you became a work-at-home mom. Maybe you're good at selling, but you don't want to sell what you did. You want to sell something else. So there's skills that can transition over from one company / product line to another. And then maybe you don't want to write or want to sell. There's any number of companies that that need individuals for data entry, for customer service, in which case all you need is just a good internet connection and a landline. So these are some of the ideas of not necessarily starting your own business, filing your own paperwork and so on and so forth, and just piggybacking on an existing company but doing it from home. One of the things I'll say about a lot of these entry-level positions, whether it be a customer service or data entry, something like that, kind of, I'm not going to say mindless by any stretch of the imagination, but just some of the stuff that doesn't involve you marketing, being creative, and setting yourself apart from somebody else, which is kind of what a good sales / marketer / affiliate does. A lot of these other positions, they're capped. That would be the downside. You're going to make what you're going to make. Some company might, and this is big in the medical field, a lot of hospitals, things like that, they might pay you X amount for X amount of data, entered. Customer service might pay you for a number of phone calls, maybe just hourly. But if you're cool, if you know what the price scale is and you want to earn X amount of money per month, not necessarily any more, not necessarily any less, right from home, well, these are definitely tremendously viable options. But just know that almost all of them are capped. They're not quote unquote the sky is the limit type of positions or businesses that you're going to run from home. They're it's not much different than working for somebody else at their place of business. In other words, where you have to get in your car and go to work. From a pay standpoint, only there is the advantage that you are doing them from home. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then, of course, the other option, as I was mentioning earlier, is hooking up with a company and obtaining a sales / marketing position where you're selling their products at a commission. And there you might want to start your own business as a 1099, as an affiliate, and this is something you can do online and off, and you are obtaining commissions from products sold. Some things to look out for is the track record of the company you're marrying yourself to, what the commission structure is. Absolutely never hurts to talk to other affiliates, people doing it, because these type of positions, folks, needless to say, selling, making no money, okay? But the upside would be that the income is not capped. You can kind of control what you make, and boy, you can make a ton. I ought to know, I'm living that life. You can make an absolute plethora of money. And so, the company you align yourself with would be number one. Actually, I'm sorry, that would be number two. Number one is inside. Do you have a passion for it? Do you have ability to communicate? Do you have an ability to separate yourself, market yourself, to sell? And then number two would be the company you're aligning yourself with. Now, another option when picking these direct sales companies is not just finding something where you're selling their product for a commission. And by the way, if you're doing that, you want to find a niche. Ladies, you want to find something that that has a small group of buyers that you can delve into and just find a niche market. You don't want to be a Walmart, and I'll discuss that more in future videos. It's that important. But there's the other option of direct sales companies where you recruit people in to sell the same product, and you get a commission on their commission. And that's a term you've probably heard many times called multi-level marketing. Amway would be the biggest example. The thing about that is you're not just harnessing or honing your sales skills. You are also honing your leadership skills, because you have to duplicate yourself to really be successful. You have to not only be able to, from a retail standpoint, to know and sell the product proficiently, but you have to be able to teach others to do it. And then you got to teach them to teach. So you're a marketer slash affiliate slash teacher of teachers. And if you do it right, you're going to have a big group under you. And so you're, the advantage there. So, obviously the disadvantage is that, you're going to spend as much time once you get it going teaching as you will selling. The advantage is an old term we call leveraging, okay? A very well-known business term, and that is where other people's efforts are making you money. So there is an option as well. The thing about that option, it's, sometimes a little bit of longer to get it off the ground, to build your team, but once you do, can it be lucrative? Extremely lucrative. Okay, now we can discuss a little bit about businesses that will be being run from your home. And by the way, ladies, this is by far, of all the work from home moms, this is the biggest percentage, the biggest sector, if you break it all down. And that is running business directly from your own home, and not just goods, but also services. The largest of which would be daycare centers, kind of, performing a service in your own community. You could be an organizer. You could be, and then as far as goods go, my goodness, gift baskets, florists, so many different things that you could run straight from your home there, a lot of that being offline. Now, it can never hurt to advertise it and let the community know about it online, which I will get to in future videos. What a difference that would make. But you don't necessarily have to have the internet, and you don't necessarily have to have that connection. So that's some goods and services that you can offer right from your own home. It's very common. That's, again, by far the largest percent-wise of the work-at-home mom community. Okay, so now let's jump online, folks. After all, this is the 21st century, okay? And by the way, guys, it might seem like I'm kind of like jumping all over the place. A lot of this stuff is intertwined. You can do a lot of it online. You can do, you can combine half the stuff that I've been talking about, and you've probably already figured that out. The key, again, is just to find what you're passionate about and do it. And there's just a number of ways to do it. But online, the biggest combination of the previous opportunity that I just spoke of, and that's running goods and services from your own home, is doing that online. There's ladies, what was the commercial I saw? LegalZoom, of the lady who started this Elaine's Toffee Company, right from her own kitchen, and now, needless to say, they have a website, and you can go and order toffee anywhere in the world from Elaine's. Is it Elaine's Toffee Company? I'm a huge toffee fan, so I've actually ordered it. It's incredible. But there's a perfect example, by the way, of combining online marketing potential with an offline passion. And not to mention, for those of you that don't want to market anything, there's jobs for writers. It's a very common thing, e-writing, that you can do online as well. One of the things you can do kind of quickly, maybe you have an idea for a business and you need a little startup money. So you just need some money now type of thing. It's not necessarily sustainable. Is you got eBay and Craigslist. You might have some products at your house. You can advertise garage sales on Craigslist. Most of you already know this, so I'm not going to spend much time of it. And of course, learning eBay and how to sell on eBay is not as difficult as you may think. You can find companies and sell their products, obviously at a profit, right there on eBay. You know, and you don't need your own website. eBay, needless to say, gets a little bit of traffic. And by the way, traffic's what it's all about. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. But the thing you got to be careful of is, you know, you're getting that company's products, you're increasing the price so you could make a profit. You've got to make sure that your price point is competitive. I mean, you have to look at similar products. Do a search on eBay, find out what they're selling for, or, you know, are you going to be able to sell at this price? And then, by the way, obviously the garage sales slash selling your own, you know, your own products, your own goods from your home, your own belongings is what I'm trying to find. Little brain stumped here. Obviously, is 100% profit. You already own it, so that's a good way for some startup money, for some quick money. It's not that sustainable. I don't even think it's that sustainable doing eBay from a company where you're upping the profit, because it's just very difficult from a price point to make a lot of money, because that company probably is aware of eBay, and it can be difficult. All right, so now I'm kind of taking it full circle, right back down to the decide what you want to do, get online and get traffic to your store approach, because that's just the times we live in, folks. And again, I'm going to hit on this way more intensely in future videos, but you want to find a niche. You want to find something that has a small group of buyers. It's the opposite of the way you think you would do it. But no, you do not want to take a Walmart approach. Let's say, again, let's say gardening. You have a passion for gardening. You don't want an online store that has the rakes, the hoses, the fertilizer, the insecticides, the this, the that, the pottery. No. There's too many Walmarts out there, guys. But anyway, you want to find a niche. You might have a special product for killing a certain type of beetle. Just one type of beetle. But this product, there's nothing that can kill this particular type of beetle like this product. That would be an example of a niche. Okay, and you just focus on that. And then you have keywords. And then the key thing is to get traffic to your store. Just the same way as offline needs to have customers walking in their store. Well, that's the same thing you need online. It's really everything. I mean, obviously the quality of your product for the sustainability standpoint is number one, but then right there behind it is the traffic getting to your store. I know a lot about that. And by the way, again, got to plug the link down below. You can go there, get some traffic tips from the absolute best in the world, Vic Dryhouse, my mentor. Another way of evaluating the online and offline is in the direct sales or the web store sales is, are you a people person or are you not a people person? Now, just saying that you're not a people's person doesn't mean that you hate people. Okay, it just might mean that you get a little overwhelmed. You're not wired as a human being to go speak with, you know, 50 different people in a day. It'll exhaust you. Whereas other people, that's like energizes them. You know, those type of people that they can talk to social butterflies, I call them. They can talk to, you know, a million different people in a day, and they're the opposite of exhausted. So that you know, and it comes back to evaluating yourself. But the cool thing is, you can indirectly talk to 100 times more people than that individual does with an online store. How are you talking to them? You're talking to them on your website. Hey, I've got this. You want it? Here's the cost. But you got to get them there. That would be number one. You got to get them to your store. But then again, that's not what I'm talking about now. What I'm talking about is evaluating, are you a people person, are you not? That right there might be the focal point decision in, do you go offline, do you go on? And even if you are the people person and you do direct sales, it still doesn't hurt. In fact, it can only help to go online as well at some point. Okay, so a lot of these telecommunications and these data entry positions, one of the nice things about them, I mean, like I said, the negative is that these incomes are capped, but that's not necessarily why you're becoming a work-from-home mom. Don't think that that fact is lost on me. It's not. A lot of times women are becoming work-from-home moms not necessarily to make more money, but to free up time. Maybe it's to be with their kids, whatever it may be. But anyway, a lot of those data entry telecommunication jobs, they don't make you sign contracts. So one idea of finding which one you're comfortable with is literally just test the water, so to speak. You know, you can dismiss your services with a company that is maybe not living up to the what you felt they would have, and go with another one in a very short period of time until you find one that you're comfortable with. And so that's a nice option of those type of positions. All right, we're wrapping it up. Last thing I would say is that you want to involve time in your decision-making process. How much time do you have available? Conventional wisdom might say that, well, you know, you're working from home now you've got a lot more time. Not necessarily. You might be becoming a work from home mom to free up time. So, you know, how much time do you have? What are you good at? What medium are you going to use? You're going to use your own word of mouth? You're going to use the online, offline, what goods and services, again, which should line up good with your skills, and you're off to the races. But the last thing, and the most important thing, ladies, and you're going to hear me talk about this a lot, is write it down. Write down your goals. In fact, that should be the first thing you do once you decide what you're going to do. It's a fact that 90 times more goals are accomplished when they're written down. It's not 90, but it's something like literally 10 times more. It's been studied a lot. There's something magical that happens in the human mind when you write down your goals, and involve time in your goals. You want it doesn't have to involve money, but involve time. You want this to happen by this time. If you got nothing else out of today's video, I hope that you get out that. Write down your goals and continue to do it as your business progresses, because obviously then you're going to want more goals. Hey, good day. God bless. I hope this was valuable. There's going to be many more videos to come, and look forward to bringing you some good information and continuing to do that. Hope I'm a good resource. Again, check out the links below, and we will talk soon. So long.